13 News Now begins with breaking news.
2 people are dead after a house fire in Hertford County.
Yeah, North Carolina firefighters raced to the home on Malden Lane Road in Ahoskie, but it was too late. They found people already dead inside that house. 13 News Now reporter Jemmy Lee is on the way to the home right now. Watch our 13 News Now social media accounts for updates and a report on 13 News Now starting at 4 o'clock.
Now, also this afternoon, if you have been outside, then you know it's not really comfortable out there.
Yeah, some changes, though, will be taking place later this afternoon. We take you live outside. You see a live picture right there at the ocean front. People packing the beach. Clouds, though, going to start moving in, and a pleasant change is going to be on the other side of the rain that's coming our way. Cooler temperatures.
That's right. Meteorologist Tim Pandages is here with a look at the forecast. Hey, Tim.
Hey, good afternoon, guys. Another steamer out there. Temperatures in the upper 80s, but with that humidity that's just been relentless, it feels like it's in the upper 90s to near 100 in a lot of spots. Here's the number outside the airport, 88, and pretty much the same regionally. We're at 86 in Chesapeake, 88 Newport News, 86 now in Currituck, 90 in Williamsburg to Gatesville, 89 Virginia Beach, and 86 in Waterford. Dew points really haven't moved very far in the last couple of days, mid to upper 70s. So we get heat index values, upper 90s to right around 100. 98 out the door in Gloucester to Smithfield. Feels like 92 in Ahoskie, 97 in Norfolk, 100 in Williamsburg, 104 in Portsmouth down to Gatesville, and 101 in Moyock. Again, changes are coming. We're kind of wedged today in between two systems, high pressure off the coast and an incoming cold front. So winds out of the south propelling those temperatures upwards. But this front arrives here later on this afternoon, and it sparks some showers and thunderstorms, some of which could be on the stronger side. We'll talk about that and what it looks like post-front, plus a brand new tropical depression to talk about as well in just a few minutes. For now, let's get back over to you.
All right, Tim, thank you so much. Well, the fallout continues this afternoon following the latest Navy ship to collide with a merchant vessel. After more than 30 years, Vice Admiral Joseph Aucoin, who heads the U.S. 7th Fleet, has been let go. The Navy says it lost confidence in his leadership. 4 Navy vessels have been involved in incidents in the Pacific Ocean since late January. 7 crew members died when the USS Fitzgerald hit a cargo ship off the coast of Japan. And of course, there is this. Earlier this week, the USS John S. McCain collided with an oil tanker off Singapore. U.S. officials say that the ship reported a loss of steering for 3 minutes prior to the crash, but they caution this is not certain that this led to the crash. The search continues for missing sailors right now. At least one of them is Ken Smith. He has ties here to Norfolk.
Until we have exhausted any potential of recovering survivors or bodies, the search and rescue efforts will continue. One tragedy like this is one too many.
The Navy says it found some bodies in flooded compartments of the warship, but those bodies have not been identified yet. The Navy is now conducting a full investigation.
And now we move into this, just into the newsroom. Suffolk Delegate Richard Morris will have charges withdrawn. Now, right now, he is charged with child cruelty and assault and battery. Those charges come after a dispute between Morris and his stepson and wife. Now, the case was supposed to head to trial today, but the court clerk tells us those charges will be dismissed. Now, according to the prosecutor, an out-of-state subpoena has not been served on the alleged victim, and our cameras caught up with Morris's wife.
We stood by our son and his wishes. For the Hampton Commonwealth Attorney, Mr. Anton Bell, to accuse my son's father and I of hiding him is completely false and is slander.
Now, Morris has insisted from the start that he is innocent. Lucy and Andre.
All right, thank you so much. Well, Norfolk City Council made a big decision surrounding the city's Confederate monument. Council voted unanimously to move the monument to Elmwood Cemetery. That suggestion came from Mayor Kenny Alexander. This follows a dramatic week of local monument protest. It's a move that puts people at odds.
This is not just the moving of a statue. This is the starting of a long-awaited progress to remove hate.
So my suggestion is when you take down the Civil War monument, you go to Church Street and you take down the Martin Luther King monument, not destroy it, but to take it to a black cemetery, place it respectfully.
Well, the resolution does not necessarily mean the monument is moving yet. Mayor Kenny Alexander says council is still waiting for a legal opinion from the Attorney General about this move. State law does not allow localities to move the Confederate monuments.
The discussions were just as heated at Portsmouth City Hall. One after another, residents spoke out about the city's Confederate monument. Now, public comment lasted more than 2 hours tonight. last night, we should say, more than 30 speakers gave their opinion.
These monuments have become a spot of contention, inciting violence, hatred, and division. Thus, they should be removed immediately.
Where would it end? If we remove because it offends someone, then we stand for the removal of almost everything that's been built.
After listening to both sides, City Council decided to direct the city manager and attorney to look into moving the Confederate monument. Mayor John Rowe says that he would like to see the monument moved by Christmas. But once again, first the council has to wait and see if they can legally do it. And there is the issue of cost. Moving the 35-foot statue is estimated at over $100,000.
So in response to the chaos in Charlottesville, a sports broadcaster with the name Robert Lee is feeling the backlash. ESPN will not let him broadcast UVA football season opener. A spokesperson says Lee will broadcast Youngstown's State's game at Pittsburgh instead. By the way, Lee, as you see him there, is an Asian American. The network says the decision was made as the tragic events in Charlottesville were unfolding simply because of the coincidence of his name. The decision was made collectively.
And now to Florida. Lisa, the 44-year-old African elephant who called Norfolk home for decades, is dead. You may remember Lisa and another elephant, Sita, were moved to Miami. The move came after new requirements that zoos must maintain elephant herds of 3 or more members. So far, Zoo Miami has not released an official cause of death, but they say it looks like she may have had a seizure.
If you haven't gotten a Powerball ticket, you might want to do so. The jackpot, as we've been telling you, $700 million, the second largest in the history of the game.
No one has matched all 6 numbers since the middle of June. And if it seems like these winless streaks are getting longer, you're absolutely right. Powerball officials have added more numbers to the mix, and that makes it easier to win smaller prizes, but increases the odds for hitting the jackpot. So your odds of winning now are 1 in 252 million. By the way, the biggest jackpot ever recorded, $1.6 billion. And don't forget, you can always catch the winning numbers right here on 13 News Now. The drawing will be broadcast live during our 11 o'clock newscast tonight.